साल 2023 ऐसा जहां भारत के पास दो मौके थे आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट्स जीतने के, दोनों बार भारत के हाथ से फिसल गए। पहले तो था वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप फाइनल जून में ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ, जीत गया ऑस्ट्रेलिया। फिर आया जी वर्ल्ड कप, 19 नवंबर ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने फिर भारत को वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में हरा दिया। दिल अभी भी टूटा ही हुआ है। खैर, ऑस्ट्रेलिया दोनों आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट्स जीता तो उनके लिए एक गोल्डन साल था। और ये पूरे साल की जो हाइलाइट्स है ना, जो डॉक्यूमेंट्री सीरीज प्राइम वीडियोस पर आती है जिसका नाम है टेस्ट सीजन 3, वो आप देख सकते हैं। वो रिलीज होने वाली है। उसमें क्या होता है कि वो बिहाइंड द सीन्स होते हैं, ड्रेसिंग रूम में क्या चल रहा था, टीम दबाव में कैसे थी और फिर जीती कैसे। बट आज ना मेरे साथ इस इंटरव्यू में वो शख्स हैं जिन्होंने भारत का दिल तोड़ा, एक नहीं दो बार। ट्रेविस हेड, जिन्होंने वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप फाइनल में 100 बनाया, फिर वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में 100 बनाया। एंड ट्रेविस, while we would wait to see test season 3 on prime videos as to what must have gone through the Australian dressing room with you and the other players, I have to say this: you've taken so much from the Indian cricket in the last 12 months that we have still not been able to recover or come out of it.
Been a nice time, played well. So yeah, it's obviously the Test Championship was a great moment. Obviously being Test cricket and the pinnacle of it. So yeah, it's been nice. It's nice for the viewers to be able to see it.
And dare I say that the World T20 next year in June, Australia would be favourites. The way your team's been playing, the way you've been playing in the IPL, I mean, Indians would not settle for another heartbreak.
Well, yeah, let's see how be able to play well in a couple of finals. So yeah, let's hope that we're able to make it into another one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the West Indies. Looking forward to getting underway. Looking forward to seeing the guys again and getting in the group. And hopefully we can find that continuity quickly and the consistency, and everyone can be in form and we can make it deep in the tournament.
Travis, we know that there's this backroom support, the way you guys prepared for any series, for any game. And the fact that you don't take as much pressure as, say, we take. But there are times when the Australian cricket is also dipped. There are times when they go down. But how soon do they come up? That defines Australian cricket. And I would not say that this is the best of Australian cricket, but this is no less. 2023 started with the series in India. You lost the first test match, fought in the second, and then won the third. Was that where the revival signs were apparent?
It's very tough to. I think we've been going along this journey for 3 or 4 years with this team. Like, that hasn't changed too much over the period. We see the Test Championship, we performed strongly in for the 2 years. India and England are extremely difficult places to travel. So the first test, obviously in India, we struggled with. The second one, I felt like we were really close, and then a couple of big moments for India, and then the third we were able to play well. And so yeah, we come out of that. Not many teams win in India at all. So to feel like we were close at certain stages, it makes us hungry for next time. And England the same. Obviously, you see in the documentary how hard an Ashes series is. Yeah, how tough that tour is, and how tough traveling is away from home. And I feel like the group is close. The group's been together for a long time. I feel that's why you've seen the performances that we've been able to pull out over the time, is because of how much continuity we have in the team, how much confidence we have in each player. And if you look back at the strong Australian teams over the years, that the teams that have been able to stay together for a period of time. So we have that at the moment, and hopefully that continues for a couple more years.
And then the question that actually has unsettled India, come the big match, the big day, a knockout game, somehow we've seen that India have underperformed. They take so much of pressure that day. But Australia, somehow, your team, they've always been able to thrive under pressure. So what is it that makes them so special? What is that one thing that separates Australia from the world? Because the other countries, somehow, like I said, do not revel under pressure as much as the Australians do.
Oh, it's a hard thing to put into words, I guess, on what that is. I think everyone tries to gear up the same way. I feel like the beauty of our team, we've seen over a while, and you've seen in the last 12 months, is different individuals stand up at different times, and we've got the backing that 5 or 6, 7 guys can be match winners on a particular day. We're not reliant on just 1 or 2 people. And I think you've seen that in the big finals as we've gone. Steve Smith's had some great moments. David Warner's had some great moments. Starkey, Camo, Nathan Lyon in the World Test Championship. You go through all those guys, and you've got real match winners throughout the whole list. And when you've got the confidence of the team that we have, that someone's going to stand up in those moments, it is nice. And then when you get to a final, if you've got someone can have an off day, but someone can have an on day. But yeah, whether that's around the world, I know there's a lot of great teams. There's a lot of really strong teams around the world with strong players. But yeah, in the moments that we're bound to stand up, I feel like when you look back, it's like the different individuals, especially that World Cup, especially different individuals stand up at different times.
Well, a century in the World Test Championship final, a century in the World Cup final. And it's been a remarkable year, not just for Australia, but for Travis Head, the player as well. Can I say that this was the best year for you? And if you were to pick one big day or a night, what would that be?
It's hard not to go past the World Cup final in Ahmedabad. Yeah, from a career perspective, that is. Getting married was a nice moment last year. So, but from a cricket perspective, yeah, it's hard not to go past the World Cup. I think we'll look back at that at the end of my career, and that's probably career defining, as you said. Like the two of them are together is incredible. Hard to believe I've done it twice within 12 months of each other, and have another opportunity to go on a World Cup and hopefully can perform well again. But look, if it's not the case and my career sort of drifts away and goes into abyss, that you'll look back at that and another, that career defining moments where at the time you sort of can't get your head around, but and still can't. So yeah, it'll be nice to go to Ahmedabad tonight. We're playing there tonight. It's good memories. But yeah, hard not to go past the World Cup final.
No, honestly, if you were to retire today, you'd still be a legend in India. That's the kind of love that the fans have given you.
That's why, yeah, I guess that's the crazy part about it all, is that there's a few moments in your career that will get looked back on, and to be able to contribute in two of the biggest games that I've played in my career, obviously the Test Championship and the World Cup, are the two biggest games I've played in by the stretch. Two World Cup finals as such. Yeah, it's amazing to be able to perform in both of them, let alone just one of them. To be able to contribute in both and in winning causes as well. I would still swap them both out for a duck and win both of them and still have two medals. But yeah, to be able to play well is even better. So saying I'll look back on my career and be very proud of.
Travis, I remember the World Test Championship final. The game was actually hanging in balance when you came out to bat. Did you feel the same? Because if you'd gotten out early, maybe India could have made a comeback into that Test match.
100%. The first morning when I guess we seen the wicket and the toss and etc. and getting put in the bat, I thought we were going to find ourselves in a pretty tough situation. I felt like it was pretty challenging. I felt like Davey Davey got off to a great start and sort of counteracted that a little bit and got us in some sort of position. And then a couple of wickets fell at lunch break, but yeah, it was definitely in the balance on day one. The test could have gone quite different with how the wicket played on that first day, or first couple of days. But yeah, nice to get. Those are the moments I guess you look back on, and it's nice to reflect on and realize that I was able to play a part in that. But she was nervous first couple of hours of the game, that's for sure.
Yes, you guys won the World Test Championship and the Ashes followed after that, but then the World Cup. India played outstanding. So were Australia leading up to that final. But Travis, somehow the only portion India dominated that day on November 19th in the final was till Rohit Sharma was batting. So before you scored that century in the second innings, the catch that you held running backwards from covers and that maybe was the clincher for you guys. Did you feel that the Indians were subdued that day? Maybe post Rohit Sharma's wicket?
No, I feel like the wicket was slow. So all the things that have come out after it, all the planning that we've said and talked about come to fruition. So we bowled exceptionally well. I don't think India went out of their way to do anything. I think they were just adapting to the conditions and wanted to get to a score which they felt like was competitive, which in the end of the day, I felt like it was a good score in the end, but the wicket probably played differently at night, which was what we expected.
Before I let you go, Travis, the IPL, I mean, we've seen a new brand of cricket. I don't know if Hyderabad is going to win or not because you lost the first game to Kolkata. But the way you've played, along with Abhishek Sharma and the entire DNA of T20, the way Hyderabad has dealt with it, do you think the format of T20 cricket has changed? And this World Cup, the World T20, is going to be played on a different set of parameters for T20?
Yeah, I feel like we'll see Brady attacking cricket in the World Cup. I feel like I've said before, I think international cricket is very similar to the impact player, whether you got a batter at 8. I think look around all the teams that are pretty stacked in the World Cup that you'll have batters at 7 and 8. We'll have Matt Wade at 8. West Indies will have Russell. India will Jadeja at 8. So like the team's going to go hard at the top. A winner, I like to say Australia, but I think there's 4 or 5 teams that are in the hunt for that. So every team's pretty stacked and every team's looking strong. So you just want to make sure you're in the right space at the right time to have a play at it. So it's an exciting time.
Travis, good luck to you, Hyderabad, for the IPL and Australia for the World Cup as well. One guy who's played his cricket the way it ought to be played, Travis Head हमारे साथ थे. और ट्रेविस हेड की बात इसलिए ज़रूरी है क्योंकि भाई वर्ल्ड कप जो आ रहा है T20 अगले महीने, जनाब वो आसान नहीं होने वाला है. कीप एन आई ऑन ट्रेविस हेड. और इसके अलावा आप प्लीज़ प्राइम वीडियोस पर टेस्ट सीजन 3 भी ज़रूर देखिए. और हाँ, स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें. मैच से जुड़े आपके हर सवाल का हम देंगे जवाब. जानने के लिए हर अपडेट, लाइव एनालिसिस, स्पेशल इंटरव्यूज, डाउनलोड कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स तक ऐप.